line. There are so many ways, but I'm gonna go over 3 ways. So the first way is to get first, in the beginning, you have to get it installed. You have to install Linux so you can have access to the Linux commands. And my preference is the Linux Ubuntu. This is what I use. It's beginner friendly, and obviously, or Linux distributions have the bash shell as their default, or 99%, I think. So we're gonna be using the shell command once you install Linux, and it's gonna look like this here. So this is the see left. Okay, so this, I just logged in now, and I have a Linux server here on my home network, and I'll just access it from this window machine. You can access it from any, as long as you have this program, the shell command, the ss shell, or the PuTTY. That's what I'm using now. You can access the Linux command. So this is the first step in learning Linux, or to get started. You have to have Linux installed. Otherwise, it does not make any sense reading books, taking courses, and searching on the internet, and you're not able to apply the commands. You have to have it installed. So this is common to all ways and methods where you want to learn, get started with Linux. So the first way is to get books and try the commands in a box. That's one of the options. So for example, I have a book. This one is kind of advanced. So if you are starting new, you don't want to get this, because this is about how Linux works. It shows you some command. It has a lot of commands in it, but it gets more complicated when they start talking about the operating system layers, and about the user interface, the hardware, and how do they interact using the kernel, and so on. So this is kind of complicated and more advanced. I myself, even though I have been using Linux for a long time, I find it complicated sometimes. But it's good as a general overview, and because it's got a lot of basic stuff too about Linux and how to use it and why it's important. But there is another book for this in the same series for Brian Ward. It's the Linux command line. I think it's right here in the left. So this is a good book. I mean, I'm sure there is hundreds of books, but this is the one I know of now. So if you look at the back. Yeah, this one, the Linux command line, it says. So I think that might be geared toward the, I don't know if you can see it, this. And that's the books. I know they're good, and I'm sure there are a lot of additional resources like book, and I'm not affiliated or promoting those books, but I happen to have it here. That's why I'm showing it to you, and I like the book. I like it. So this is method number 1: installing Linux, getting books, and trying the commands. So you get this book here, and you open it, and the first few chapters. Let's say there's a command here. It says echo hello dear. So you try echo. You see, echo hello dear. Enter, and then this what shows you what does the echo command does. So the echo command, it echoes back what you type after it. So this is why it echoed hello there, hello there. So this is how that's method number 1. Method number 2 is installing Linux and having access to the command line interface and searching the internet. So you can search the internet. Let's say you're going to, if I go to Google, and this is Google here. Let's say I'm looking for just in general Linux commands. So I type Linux commands and I hit enter, and you get thousands or millions of resources that can help you with Linux, using Linux, and most of them are for free. Most of them, there are paid resources, but a lot of them are free. So let's look at this one here, Linux commands tutorial. So if you hit this, so it's gonna give you here, it says navigation, ls, cd, mkdir, cp, mv, dw, files. It'll give you the file commands here, and then it will give you the system. So manage resources, networking. So this resource here, it's for free, and by itself, you can learn Linux using this resource. This here, it's got so many commands, and each one you can click on it, and it will take you to the format, how to type it, what it does, and everything. It'll show you the format here and the options and everything, and they give you examples. So this is one of the resources that you can get it for free. You don't even have to pay for any books or any courses or anything. You just get on the internet, you already have Linux installed, and you follow those instructions here and information, and it's very helpful. I've tried them before, but the only thing with this issues, I mean, this resource is great now. I never seen it before. But some resources are not complete and they jump all over the places, but this one is good, So this is method number 2 if you want to get started with Linux, and you can apply the commands. Let's say it says here ls, so let's try ls. So if you type ls here, ls cd, okay, it didn't give me anything, even though I should have some default files and directories. So basically the ls, it should list your current directory, what it has, directories and files, but I'm not sure why we don't have them here. So usually when I log in as an admin, I have a lot of resources and directories and lists, but this one didn't have it. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. So this is another method. So the internet and having Linux installed and trying the commands. The third method is obviously getting the system installed, like this, accessing the terminal, and taking an online course or coaching programs, or both. Sometimes there are online courses that involve coaching element to it, and this is one of the best. It might be more expensive, but this is the best. So you can get the online course, you can follow the video and try the commands, and then you have the coaching element. Somebody can coach you when you get stuck, because sometimes you get stuck and you don't know how to proceed with certain commands and to follow certain procedures, because it's not as easy as watching the video, applying the command, and you're done. There's a lot of times you get stuck because sometimes you're using different systems, different hardware. It makes some minor differences, So, but that's not the only problem when you try them. Sometimes you're not able to follow the instruction. This is when you need help, like coaching sessions and stuff. So I think this is one of the most effective way, but in all cases, you have to put a lot of effort. If you don't put effort, you cannot learn it, just like any skills. Because I see a lot of members here, posing questions like, I want to learn the basics to advanced command lines in Linux, and they're just starting new. You can't learn everything when you start new. There's a lot of steps to this. You have to start with the basics, and then you start upgrading your skills. And as you use it and you practice, you learn more. You jump to the second step, because Linux is very extensive topic. It covers a lot. It's very customizable, and it's multi-purpose, and it's used in so many systems and for so many purposes. And it's not like other systems like Windows and Mac, where the operating system comes to you, like you cannot make any changes. But Linux is customizable. This is why you hear Linux is everywhere. It's used by web hosting companies, let's say on a web servers. It's used in networks. It's used in machines, in TVs. These are called embedded systems, where you have a small part of the operating system, or the core, is used for those embedding system. Because when you have a fridge or TV and it's running some kind of operating system, usually it's Linux, because Linux is open source and you can use it, you can customize it to a certain point, and unlike other systems. And you can use the core elements of Linux, because a lot of those embedded systems like the TV and the fridge, and you don't need a whole operating system to run like a web server or a computer, some like desktop computer and stuff, So this is why it's important, and there are steps to it. And sometimes, like, you are a system admin, you can use a lot of commands that a programmer may not. You may have to use different kind of commands. And then you have somebody who's using automation. Then you have to use scripting. You have somebody who's using the system for programming and learning how to code in web development, software engineering, and but all of those, what's good, all of those have to know the basics. So the basic commands, like when you get started, are common to all users, whether you are a system administrator, whether you are a cybersecurity professional, whether you are a web developer, whether you are a software developer. You have to know the basics. And this is what I cover in my group here on Facebook, and on my videos in YouTube, and in my course. So those are the three methods that are common that I am aware of. Now, if you are learning on a job, that's even better and easier. They'll give you everything to try and what it does, But most of us are not professional. We're not working in an IT field. Just some of us maybe, and the security field, But if you're not working, then you have to have those resources. This is how you learn. And now, there are courses, like, let me show you where you can go to find courses. And there is a place called, I'm sure you're aware of it, it's called the Udemy. And if you go to Udemy, again, I'm not affiliated with Udemy, but I've taken a lot of courses on Udemy. And I had my course on Udemy. It was there, but it's not listed now, I'm not there anymore. So if you type here Linux commands, enter. So you're going to get 5,916 results for Linux commands. And you can filter them here by video duration, by topics, by levels. Let's say beginner's level. And some of them are very cheap, like $19. Some of them are $84. So it depends. They can go up in the prices. So there are a lot of resources, and you can go to other. Just if you make an internet search, go into Google, Linux commands courses. And you can even get courses in the university, enroll in university courses. You got here Coursera.org, you have Winter Drive, you have, so you have Udacity, and there are a lot of free resources. And at last, I wanna introduce you to my course. Since I have an online course, I have to introduce it to. So if you are interested in getting an online course or joining, I have an online course here. If you go to Linux, to Georgekc.com, and I can add the link in the description. I've added it before in a group, but I can add it now. So if you go to Georgekc.com and you go down, I'm working on this session here. This is for coaching, but I have an online course. It's ready to, if you want to enroll, it's a self-study and self-paced. So if you click on this one here, and you can read, this is the course description page. You can read about it, what end result, who's the course for, and who is it for. And you can ask me questions in a group here. You can submit your questions about it. But to check it out, go read the course description page. And when you go down, I have a list of the course curriculum where you can see what I cover in a course. And even if you don't join my course, you can use the curriculum. I have the list, the syllabus, the list of sections and chapters and titles. You can use them to study on your own, like by getting books or getting, going to the internet to find free resources. But if you use my, I don't mind, but that's why I have it on the internet here. You can use it, you can follow the sections. And if you find a section which is, you already are familiar with it, and you can just jump to the second one. And each section, like section 1, let's say, it has those chapters. The first one is Linux Mint installation, the VirtualBox, Ubuntu. So I cover different ways of installing Linux, invoking the terminal window, finding Linux distribution info, and keeping updates. So this one, if you already have Linux installed, you don't need this section 1. You can jump to to the second one. You can jump to section 2, where I cover the commands. I mean, I even let you know which commands I'm gonna cover. So I'm making it obvious and clear to everyone what to follow, and about how the course is organized. And so those are basics, and you have to know them. These are introductory commands. And if you know those, you can jump to the second one. This is chapter 4, where you can create, move, delete files and directories. And I'm not going to say this chapter is important, because every single chapter is important, and every command in Linux has its own purposes and function. So no one command will replace another. Very rarely you see some commands which do similar functions. Sometimes they do an upgrade. They tell you, we're using, let's say, netstat now, and it's upgraded to different, I think it's SS now, So, but very rarely. And then you jump to section 3. Section 3, it has, I use how to use the top and the PS command to review what's running in Linux, the current processes. It's in real time. It's live. And then there's one here. It says searching and filtering screen output. This is how you learn to use more and grep to filter the output. And then you have section number 5. It's got the find, the tree, and history commands. And then section 6, I go over the permissions. It's about read, write, and execute, and their numerical values. And section number 7, I go over how to configure a printer. And these folks are different to every computer. But, I give you an example of one printer that I use, that I set up. Then you can mimic the same instructions or commands on your system. Because sometimes you have different hardware. Let's say everybody has different kind of printer, everybody has different kind of hardware on their computers. Even though you're using the same operating system, it might make some differences. And then in section 8, it's networking and internet related commands, and this is for networking and to access the do diagnostics. And then section number 9, I go over the Linux system structure, the path to directories and files, and how to display the file system in Linux. And then I go to the last, I introduce you to the shell scripting, how to create a script, a simple script, but you get an example what's a script and what it does and how it works. And you can apply for it, because scripts can be basic, simple to very advanced and complicated. And I'm not into the complicated stuff. I want to make it simple on myself and on you. And then section number 11, it's Linux server installation and remote SSH setup. This is what I'm doing now. I am remote using SSH to remote access the server here. And this section is already done, and I have more section coming. They're not ready yet. How to install the server, because I think I want to upgrade it. I was using Ubuntu 18.04, and now there's Ubuntu 22.04. That's why I'm waiting to create one for the new systems. And then how to install and set up SSH services. Sometimes it's not ready for you. You have to know how to install it. This is coming soon too. And then how to use the package management. This is if you want to install and remove programs and packages from the system. This is coming soon too. So those are 3 I'm working on, but they should be ready soon. And the last one is how to add, delete users and the groups, and then the password changing. The password changing, it could have been in the beginning, So this is the list of resources like chapters and section that I recommend somebody starting new to learn Linux commands, or even if you have basic knowledge of Linux, this will still help you, and it can help somebody who's experienced and who's looking to refresh their skills. And you don't even, this is my way of recommendation how to follow the lessons, but you can jump from place to another. It depends on your knowledge, or if you already know how to use certain commands, you don't have to go over the chapter. It will be just a revision for you. So this course, it's the enrollment fee is it's a one-time fee of $149 US. It's one-time fee. Now, if you think some people cannot afford it, which is okay, save up for it and come back later and buy it. And if you cannot afford it, you don't want to enroll now, you can still get access to the group, and you can submit questions. You can learn for free, and you can go to my YouTube channel. Where, let me show you where's my YouTube channel. Well, I think I have it linked somewhere in a group, but this is my. So first I have to log in to the server. Okay, this is my YouTube channel, and if you type, I think this here, that's the new way of accessing your channel. So youtube.com, and then you /@ software SAAS tots, and you hit enter, and this is my channel here. And I have so many videos. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I have a lot of videos, and especially about Linux. You can get free resources here, and you can learn for free. And there are other YouTube channels. Now, if somebody is enrolling and paying for the course, they might be asking, why you have free stuff. Well, I have free stuff because what I want to teach you, even in my course, it's available for free on the internet. But the difference is you have access to me. You can ask me questions, and I'm gonna give you free. I'm gonna give you free coaching. I mean, limited number of sessions, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. Like if you get stuck and you need coaching, I can jump with you live or by email back and forth to help you with when you get stuck. This is the importance of getting paid courses versus free resources. Free resources, you can still ask me in a Facebook group, and I have my email. I think I can help you, but I cannot put a lot of time and a lot of effort to help you if it's for free, because the priority of for somebody who paid for the course, those are the priority, and I am the only one who's teaching this. Nobody is helping me. I don't have any virtual assistants. I don't have anybody. So this is, and again, if you cannot afford it and you're interested, let me know, because I might add I have a coupon code where you can, it's like 60-70% off. So the 149 will be $45, I think. I can add it in a comment. So if you're interested, just go here and let me just see the coupon code. Let me see, products and product marketing. I'm gonna give it to you now, this way you don't have to go to my email list and to join and do this and that, Okay. So if you use this coupon here, let me show you this code. It says 70% and then the word discount, capital letters. This will give you 70% off if you use it. And this coupon expires May 17th, 2023. So you still have about 3 weeks, but rush, if you're interested, don't wait, because time will run out, and nobody joined yet, but I'm gonna give you my a discount in case you're interested and the price is a problem. Then use this coupon code, and the way it works, once you get to the let me see, yeah. Once you get to this here, you can hit buy now, right? When you click buy now, you can be taken to this page here, and it says 149.9. So you just plug in this coupon code, copy, have a coupon. It says you click on this and you enter the coupon code, which is the 70% discount, and you hit apply before you make the purchase. Once you hit apply, the price is gonna be diminished from $149 to $45. So basically I'm taking off $104.99 from the course. So it's a one-time fee, $45 US dollars, and you cannot beat this price. Now there are courses on Udemy and other resources for $19 and $20, but I'm not gonna say I don't recommend them or I recommend them, but all what I can tell you, I'm here in front of you and I am in a group day in, day out, and I am answering questions, so you might prefer, if you wanna learn from me, this is a good way and good deal now. I may not be able to give this discount again, so, but it will expire in a couple of weeks. So take advantage of it now as soon as you can. And if you have any questions, please let me know, submit it in a comment. And I'm gonna enter this coupon code, the website, and my email if you have any questions. Again, I want to thank you very much for attending, whether you're on this live stream now or You can watch it later on. If you have any questions, just submit it in a comment and let me know if the videos I'm making are useful to you. Just type yes, they are. And if they're not useful, it doesn't make sense to me to keep spending time making them. Just tell me we don't need the videos. I can stop then. Again, I want to thank you very much. And this is George Shamoun, the admin of this group, Linux Commands for Beginners. And I want to thank every single one of you. Every single one of you is important to the group and to me. Thank you.